The Secret Misses. Chapter 701. Anthony panicked at the thought of losing everything and he quickly tried to cover up. Dear, can you please forgive me again? I promise I'll never lie to you again. It was only at this moment he started to remind himself of what Vanessa had done for him all along. Aside from not bearing a child for him, she was beautiful and generous, she never complained about being by his side, she took care of his daily lifestyle habits, and most importantly, she was extremely helpful in his business. No. He could not afford to divorce Vanessa now. Dear, this is the last time, I swear. Vanessa did not trust him blindly this time. She stared at him coldly and said, not lying anymore? Okay, then tell me, why are you trying to protect that woman? Vanessa was forcing an answer out of him. Anthony panicked even more, sweat trickling down his face. I was just seduced by that woman and was unable to think rationally in the thick of the moment. Vanessa lost her final spark of hope she had in this man. Lies, all you did was lie to me. That woman is pregnant. She's pregnant, am I right? Vanessa yelled uncontrollably at him. Aside from this reason, she could not think of anything else that would make this man, who prioritized profit, to protect that woman. Anthony knew he could not hide it anymore and he picked the path of defense instead. Fong, I'm a man. How can any man stand not having descendants? You can't get pregnant and my parents have been nagging me about it every day. So, that's why you cheated? That's why you betrayed me? That's why you fooled me with that witch? Anthony. Don't you know how I treated you all these years? Just because I can't bear your child? How dare you? If you wanted a child this badly, why didn't you just divorce me and find someone who could bear your child? If you were to tell me straight away, I would have agreed instantly. Why did you say that you loved me and didn't care about having a child? Dear, listen to me. You're just afraid that losing me will cost you your protection from the Vanessa's family. Is that why you acted like you love me? Have you been such a jerk all along? Vanessa lost control of her emotions and swept everything off the table. Theo shielded Luna so that she would not get cut by the shattered glass pieces that crashed to the floor. Vanessa felt an indescribable anguish when she saw Theo's protective gesture. Seeing the both of them leaving, Vanessa took a deep breath and bowed her head. Luna, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Luna looked back and saw the proud Vanessa with her crushed, lonely soul. Outside of the restaurant. Luna felt bad for Vanessa, so she spouted, all men are evil. Theo was speechless. She suddenly remembered the devil was still beside her and she quickly turned to him. Except Boss. Boss is the best. Theo looked into Luna's eyes as he held her in his arms. I won't do that. I won't force you to bear a child. Of course you won't, you already have a son. I won't betray you either. Luna looked up at his face and murmured, I believe you. Chapter 702. Luna wore Theo's windbreaker and wrapped herself in it tightly. As she was about to ask Theo if he was going to go back to his office, she felt a vibration coming from the jacket. Theo, your phone is ringing. Theo took his phone out from the pocket of the jacket, frowning at what he saw. What happened? Who's calling? Luna asked. Who was it that could make Theo pull an I can't handle this face? How rare. It's Little Treasure's teacher, Theo replied. Isn't it school hours? Why would the teacher call now? Luna questioned. Theo gave it some thought, then he handed his phone to Luna. You should take it. Obviously, Theo had no idea how to deal with a foreign creature like his son's teacher. Me? Luna scratched her head. Okay, I guess it's better that I pick it up anyway. She could not imagine the conversation between Theo and Little Treasure's teacher. The teacher might speak a lot and he might just reply with a grunt. It would be even more possible that the teacher got frightened by Theo's voice. Luna did not decline and put the call on the speaker for Theo to listen. Hello, is this Leo's father? A female teacher's voice said. Hello, Teacher Wang, I'm Leo's mother. To make things easier, Luna did not give it much thought and just said it as it was. She did not realize how intensely Theo was feeling at that moment. Did something happen to my kid in school? Luna asked nervously. That's not it, Madam Goldberg. I'm just calling to confirm if you and Mr. Goldberg really do not have time this afternoon. It'd be great even if just one of you can attend. It'd be so pitiful if both of you can't come. The teacher sounded disapproving. For little Treasure to experience school life like any normal children, no one in the school except the principal knew about little Treasure's real identity. Even the teachers were not informed of who he was. The teachers only knew that this kid was from a well-off family and preferred to be quiet. His parents were busy and did not seem to have a good relationship because ever since the first day of school, they were not seen at school together again. Luna asked in confusion, this afternoon? Is there something going on in school? Don't you know about it? The teacher sounded surprised. Luna stared at Theo and he shook his head, signaling that he was unaware as well. Luna replied, both of us are unaware of this. Little Treasure never mentioned it to us. He didn't? How could this be? I even confirmed with him a few times. The teacher started to explain, here's the thing. There will be a parental activity today. We're organizing a masquerade party. I've told the children a few days ago to inform their parents, and I even gave them a letter for their parents. A few reminders were given out too. From the name list yesterday, only Leo's parents will be absent. All the other children have at least one parent attending. Chapter 703. Luna frowned. Our child really didn't mention about this to us. The teacher sighed, then, it's probably because the child didn't want to trouble you both and intentionally did not inform you. I wanted to call the both of you yesterday to ask, but that child is really too mature. He even took the initiative to tell me not to call, in fear of disturbing the both of you. Sigh, as busy as one can be, one can still spare some time from an afternoon, can't you? I pondered for quite a while and decided to still make this call, hoping the both of you could consider it. This is, after all, Leo's first parental activity since attending our school. Luna's eyes were tearing up listening to what the teacher said. Yet, after Theo heard the teacher's words and expression of feelings, he felt completely different from Luna. It was true that Luna was very busy recently, but he remembered that he had not been too busy these past few days. Why didn't Little Treasure tell him? Perhaps the little guy thought that if Auntie Luna could not make it, his biological father didn't have to come to since there wouldn't be any difference. Teacher, I understand, it's our fault. We have been too distant from our child in terms of interaction. I'll go over this afternoon. As for my husband, I'll ask him in a bit, and we will try to go over together, said Luna. That would be great. We actually requested the parents to prepare and make their own outfits and props, but since it is too last minute for the both of you, our school has ready-made ones you can use, reminded the teacher. Okay, thank you, Teacher Wang. On the side, Theo quietly listened to Luna mention Leo's mother and my husband. He felt like deciding to let Luna pick up this call was an accurate one. After she finished the call with the teacher, Luna quickly asked him, Theo, are you free this afternoon? I have a department meeting, but I can let Cleo chair it on my behalf. The wife had already spoken. How could he not make time? That's great then. The both of us will go together. Luna suddenly hesitated. Wait, can I go? Because she was too worried about Little Treasure earlier, she had just taken on the identity of Little Treasure's mother. Now that she had calmed down, she could not help but feel that it was not appropriate. After all, she was only dating Theo now. Theo looked at her lovingly and said, of course, you can. Luna seemed to be scorched by his gaze and she coughed slightly. Right, before I go to school I need to get some things from the apartment. If it was any other function, I wouldn't be confident, but this is a masquerade ball, which is completely my forte. I have many outfits and props at home, and they're all ready-made. At Regal Riviera Hotel. Luna was turning her house upside down. She had many items for dressing up, but it was not too easy to find something that could fit a family of 3. The 3 of them could dress up as different characters, but that would not be special. She wanted to take on a more unique theme. While Luna was looking for the props and outfits, Theo called Cleo. The moment the phone got through, Cleo anxiously answered, "Hello, bro, it's 10 minutes to the meeting. You're not planning to miss it, are you?" Theo replied, "Yes, I'll let you chair the meeting." Cleo was speechless. Chapter 704. Okay, I knew it. Have you settled your matters?" Cleo asked with a certain tone. When he saw real estate's shares drop drastically, he already knew that his brother had personally gone to save the wife. Was there anything that could he not solve? Is Luna especially touched? The both of you are in the honeymoon phase of your relationship. Are you definitely going off to spend some quality time with each other? Cleo teased. Theo shortly replied, "No." No? No quality time with each other? Then, why aren't you coming back for the meeting? Cleo was very shocked to hear the answer. He was not used to his brother not publicly displaying his affection for Luna. In the next moment, he heard his brother say, "Little Treasure's school has a parent-child activity." Cleo was shocked. What? Damn it, this trio's quality time is much more lovey-dovey than just the two of them. This was only the second day of them dating, but they were already going to participate in a parent-child activity. Indeed, this was still his biological brother. Ah. Found it. This one will definitely be awesome. The house rang with Luna's overjoyed voice. Theo hung up and looked up to see Luna carrying a red cloth in her hands with another 2 gray furry items on top of it. "What are you preparing?" "I'm keeping it a secret first." "You'll know then, hee." Luna chuckled mysteriously, then said a little uncertainly, "I'm just slightly worried that you won't be willing to wear it later." "I will." "Really? You said so. No matter what I prepare, you'll be willing to wear it?" Okay. Big boss, even you're giving it your all. Let's fight for the first place. Earlier, Teacher Wang sent me the activity details. The first place will get a super huge prize. How exciting. At the school. When Luna and Theo rushed to the school, they noticed that the other children's parents had all arrived. There were people dressed up as various characters, some lions, tigers, dinosaurs, princesses, Cinderella, Spider-Man, and Ice Queen. Luna stood in the colorful crowd to look, but she could not find Little Treasure. Luna tiptoed, hoping to see better. Where's our little treasure? Theo, do you see him? Theo used his privilege of height and skimmed the crowd, then said, "Little Treasure isn't here." He's not. Where did he go then? Teacher Wang, who was not far away, rushed over when she saw the two of them standing at the gate. "Mr. Goldberg, Madam Goldberg, you've come." Even though he had only seen them once on the child's first day at school, they were just too eye-catching, thus she recognized them right away. "Teacher Wang, sorry we're late." "Where's Leo?" Luna asked worriedly. "He's reading in the classroom. I haven't told him that you would come. He'll definitely be very happy when he sees you." Teacher Wang smiled broadly. "Thank you, Teacher Wang, we'll go over now." When they left the event venue, Luna impatiently hurried faster and faster. Theo reminded her helplessly, "Slow down, you still have an injury on your leg." "But I can't wait anymore." Of course, she would not listen to his advice. When she thought about baby Little Treasure sitting alone in the classroom, she wished she could put on a pair of wings and fly over. But she knew the limits of her own leg. If she walked faster, her wound would definitely not be able to handle it. A bright idea hit her. She turned around, opening up her arms towards Theo and said, "Boss, carry me." Chapter 705. Theo was dumbfounded by the sudden happiness that surged through him. Luna did not care about being shy and urged him, quickly. "Little Treasure is waiting for us." Theo picked her up gently. It was the right decision. Although Theo was not all that fast, his legs were long, so he walked much faster than her. There were not many people around, which explained her bold behavior. Luna looked around, then she spotted the classroom entrance. They saw a little boy and a teacher standing in front of the entrance, seeming like they were arguing. The teacher was in her 20s and she was scolding the little boy, Cain. How could you lock the door? Leo is still inside. Teacher. Leo didn't change into a costume. The boy's face was chubby, his cheeks were puffy and almost covered his slitted eyes. He wore a black bear outfit, probably cosplaying a bear from a recent popular cartoon animation. I know. Because his parents aren't here yet, the teacher patiently explained. He did not put on his costume, so he cannot play with us. I'm going to lock him up, the little boy yelled. You can't just lock him up because of a reason like that. Good children can't be mean to others. As the teacher was trying to convince the little boy, he stomped his foot on hers and screeched, You witch! You dare to defy me? I'm going to ask my dad to punish you. The boy was still a child, but his body was stout and he was much stronger than other kids, so his stomp must have caused some damage. The teacher felt a sharp pain in her foot and cried out, Cain, how can you kick people? A big-sized man quickly came over. My son, why are you here? I've been looking for you. As he saw his father, he spoke in his loud voice, Father. The teacher hit me. She hit me. What? Who dared to hit you? I'm going to kill them. The man looked buff and his eyes were ferocious. The young teacher was terrified, but she explained carefully, Mr. Son, I didn't. How could I hit children? Your son insisted on locking another student in the classroom. I tried to convince him not to, but he's not listening, and he even kicked me. Instead of scolding or punishing his child, the father laughed. Good. Good kick. You're the star of our son family. Only we can bully others, no one can bully us. The female teacher looked pale and kept quiet even though she was angry. She tried to suppress her urge to cry. What the heck? A man bullying a weak lady and acting all high and mighty? Luna almost wanted to attack the man with her fists. Most importantly, the bear kid was trying to lock little Treasure in the classroom. But she was still held by Theo, so her whims failed. Theo, don't stop me. I'm avenging my son. Chapter 706. Don't act rashly. I'm not. Theo, I'm going to make him beg for forgiveness even with just 1 foot of mine. Theo sighed helplessly. He had to be careful with her even if it was just a parent-child activity in school. If he did not hold her back, she would act like a wild horse without restraint. The child and his father went away, leaving the teacher weeping. Teacher, are you all right? Luna went up to her and gave her a tissue, her eyes flashing with anger. Ah. You guys are Leo's parents, aren't you? He's been waiting. I'm all right. Did you guys see everything just now? The teacher was afraid that the parents would have a bad impression on the school, so she quickly explained, Please don't mind it, this parent is just a special case. Most of the parents from our school are well-mannered. This teacher had been protecting little Treasure, so Luna did not blame her. It's all right. We understand that there's always someone like them around. But the incident just now worried Luna a little. Was little Treasure being bullied in school? According to his personality, he would not say anything even if he was bullied. The teacher could take a stab at Luna's worries as well. She quickly told her, Leo is adapting well to the school. Although he doesn't talk much, many children like him and he's especially popular with the girls. Luna's eyes shone. Little Treasure was popular with the girls? That was a surprise. But, well, it was her handsome son after all. It was normal for him to be popular. This Cain is a famous troublemaker. His parents don't care either and us teachers are troubled when facing him, but we've been observing him closely, please rest assured. The party was going to start soon, so after a short chat with the both of them, the teacher left to finish the preparations. By the first column near the middle and right beside the window, there was a small shadow sitting by himself. The snowflakes outside matched his ice-cold face, just like his father's. He was holding a big book and was totally immersed in his own world. What happened outside just now was unable to upset his small, pure world. Little treasure. With a gentle call, his invisible barrier was broken and his eyes slowly came back to reality. Little treasure was surprised. He sat up straight and lifted his head up from the book, looking at the direction of the voice. Auntie Luna. Obviously, he totally ignored his father. The little guy blinked and did not move for a few seconds. After he was sure that he was not hallucinating, he left his book on the table and ran. Little treasure, I'm sorry. Luna's heart was at ease as little treasure ran into her arms. Chapter 707. Little treasure, I know that you kept this matter hidden from us because you didn't want to trouble us, but no, next time, alright? Little treasure nodded obediently. Okay, it's almost time now, let's get changed. Luna was still a little worried about Kane. She wanted to ask little treasure if he was bullied in school, but the party was already starting, so she suppressed her urge to ask for now. However, it was still bothering her, so she had to think of something, a once-and-for-all plan so that little treasure would never be bullied in school. After they were done changing and they entered the hall, Luna suddenly remembered something. She looked at the little bun and spoke to him, Little treasure, I've forgotten to tell you something. Little bun blinked with suspicion. Luna coughed and then looked at Theo. Well, let me think how to phrase this. As she was thinking how to break the news to him, Theo interrupted, Auntie Xiao, she is now my girlfriend. Little treasure tilted his head and looked confused. He was not familiar with the term, girlfriend. All he knew was that if Auntie Xiao she became his father's wife, then she would be his mother. Theo explained, girlfriend means that Auntie Xiao she is like half of your mother. Luna was speechless by his explanation. Was it even appropriate? Nevertheless, the explanation was effective for little treasure's understanding. His face brightened up and he glanced at Luna, seeking for confirmation. Father could not be trusted. Luna did not want to disappoint the little bun. Your father is, sort of right. That's what it kind of means. For your sake, when appearing in school, I'll be your, one whole mother. One whole mother, she was confused by her own phrase. But the little bun was smart. He understood and nodded. Alright, then let's have fun. Luna held their hands, holding two fluffy paws and flanked by either of them. The moment they stepped into the hall, everyone went quiet. All of them were looking at the entrance. Luna wore a cute puffy skirt with a big red hood over her head. She also had a small basket on her arm, obviously taking on the role of Little Red Riding Hood from the classic fairy tale story. As for the buns beside her, both of them wore fluffy gray suits with bushy tails and sharp ears attached to the suit. Even their eyebrows were colored gray with eyebrow pencil. The tiny wolf was cute while the large wolf was handsome and the Little Red Riding Hood looked beautiful. The three of them instantly became the center of attention. The parents were all not professionals, so makeup for them was just simply drawing some lines on their faces. Some of them even wore fake outfits made of paper. Luna was the real professional. She was strict with her props and costume, even all the fur on the wolf's suit looked real. Luna grinned as she saw everyone's gaze on them. She whispered to Theo, did I overdo it? I feel like some advanced player bullying newbies. My wife is the best. Luna coughed, this guy was getting into his role real quick. Wouldn't being Little Treasure's one whole mother mean she was his wife? Chapter 708. You're really great as well. How cooperative. I didn't expect you'd really wear it. Luna tried not to laugh at him as she pinched his wolf ears. You're really cute. His boss aura was all diminished. Theo looked at her helplessly. Do you think I'd let anyone see me in this? Alright. I know it's a big sacrifice for you. As she was talking to Theo, she realized that Little Treasure was pulling her skirt. He was staring at her with a little disappointment in his eyes. What's wrong? Luna asked. Theo glanced at his son and reminded her, his ears. Huh? What happened to his ears? Luna then remembered. She laughed and touched the little bun's wolf ears. Little Treasure looks really cute as well. The little bun was enjoying the moment with Auntie Luna. Oh, it was Mother Luna now. He felt truly satisfied. Are you hungry? There are some desserts. I'll go get you some. Luna went to the dessert counter happily. Just as she was about to get a brownie, she felt a huge nudge from behind and she was pushed to the side. The kid who had bullied Little Treasure earlier, Cain, grabbed a few cakes and stuffed them into his mouth. Not only that, he took all the other cakes and put them into a big bag he brought. Some parents were voicing their dissatisfaction. Hey, whose kid is this? Look after him. He's taking away all the food. What are we supposed to eat? He's my kid. What's wrong? A chubby woman sauntered over as she looked at her son dotingly. The food here is meant to be eaten. There's no rule about how much one can eat. My child is strong, of course, he needs more. He shouldn't take that much. There are around 20 pieces. Can he finish all of it? It's none of your business. Aren't you ashamed to argue with a little kid for just a few slices of cakes? It's not about the cakes. Your child. Some parents were still trying to reason with her. The child's father went up and glared at them with his ferocious eyes, so everyone just kept quiet and let it be. The incident passed quickly. The teachers then arranged many activities including singing, dancing, and interactive games. Everyone was having lots of fun. For the final agenda, they were going to select the best costume of the night. As expected, Luna and her two buns emerged as the winner, their number of votes leading the way. Theo had already made such sacrifice. It was only worth it if they won the prize. Congratulations to Leo and his parents. All three of them look really cute tonight. They make us realize that even wolves in fairy tales can be cute as well. Our prizes are cute too. What could it be? Let me reveal it to you. There was a large box on the stage and the teacher untied the knot. Among the crowd, Luna was even more excited than the children. She was really looking forward to it. The box was opened and in it was an enormous fluffy bear, even bigger than Luna. Luna's eyes shone. Wow! It's so cute. Little Treasure saw the big bear and Mother's happy face, so he felt giddy with joy too. Theo looked at their beaming faces and touched the fur on his outfit, feeling that it was all worth it. Chapter 709. When they had received their prize, the teacher smiled and said, "Okay, our parent-child activity today has come to an end. All the other children can also redeem their little prizes from me." The children cheered and walked over to get their present one by one. Because he had parked further away and it was cold outside, Theo let Luna and Little Treasure wait in the activity hall while he went to drive the car over. "I'll be back very soon. Be good, don't run around." Without a doubt, Theo was not saying this to Little Treasure, but to Luna. Luna pouted as if she was being treated like a child. "I know, it's only a few minutes. I won't fly to the sky." Theo was speechless. Not only was there a possibility of that happening. In fact, it was very huge. "Little Treasure, take good care of your mother." Little Treasure nodded seriously, indicating that he would. Luna looked at the father and son, tongue-tied. Theo reminded her to behave again several times before leaving. Luna picked up the big bear and found a chair to sit down with Little Treasure, obediently waiting for Theo. "Little Treasure, are you happy today?" Little Treasure's eyes shone as he nodded. "Happy. Today is the happiest day of my life. Auntie Luna is already half his mother, and they even won a super big bear." The little guy did not care much about the countless toys at home, but now he hurled out his little hand to pat the gigantic furry bear all around, endlessly showering it with his love. Luna took the opportunity to dish out some motherly advice. "Baby, did you know? The best things come from your own hard work." While the mother and son spoke, the initially cheerful activity hall suddenly rang with a piercing cry. "I don't want this. I want the bear, I want the bear, I want the bear." They saw that little bear child, Cain, had started to throw a tantrum again. He threw the present given by the teacher and cried while looking and pointing at Luna's big bear. It did not matter how much the people around coaxed him. Not too far away, Luna was speechless by this scene. Why did he want the bear? He was already a bear himself. Even though she was not happy with the child, she did not want to ruin the good mood today. Plus, she had promised Theo not to do anything unruly, so she continued to talk to Little Treasure and ignored what was happening. In the end, she had not looked for trouble, but that child's mother approached her herself. That woman walked to the front of Little Treasure and said, whoever's child this is, can we do an exchange? Give this bear to my son. Luna was so angry she almost laughed out loud. Why would I? Theirs was a first-grade prize. Can't you see that my son's already crying so hard? The woman said with a matter-of-fact tone. What does your son crying have to do with us? Why are you so rude? My son's already crying so hard, don't you have any sympathy at all? The woman yelled. Sympathy? This little punk wanted to lock my son in the class earlier. You want me to pity him? Because Little Treasure was beside her, Luna suppressed her anger and touched his head to console him. The children are just messing around. You're an adult. Do you have to be so calculative with children when it comes to such petty things? Luna scoffed. Are you also going to use the excuse that the children are messing around when he kills people one day? While Luna was distracted by speaking with the woman, her child suddenly shoved her with his head. There was a line of bookshelves behind Luna and she bumped into them, causing them to fall like dominoes. Chapter 7:10. Instantly, the entire line of shelves started to wobble. When she saw the shelves were about to topple, Luna went pale and quickly picked Little Treasure and hid. At the same time, she used the big mother bear to block the books that were falling all around and so, did not get harmed by a close shave. In the next second, a loud crash was heard and the bookshelves came falling down. Everyone gasped in fright. Oh my God! Luna hugged Little Treasure and suppressed herself very hard to not blurt out curses in this holy ground called school. Her sharp gaze found the child dressed in the bear costume and the woman. When she saw Luna glaring so antagonistically, the woman quickly put her child behind her and demanded, "What are you doing? You want to hit a child? Everyone, come look. This evil woman won't even let go of a mere child." With all the commotion going on, all of the parents crowded around and looked on with resentment. Why is it this family again? How unruly. Exactly, the last time Kane borrowed the Transformers toy my husband had bought for our child, it was never returned. I looked for her to discuss the issue, but she just said it was lost. She did not even offer to compensate and said I was overreacting. If that woman had not moved so quickly, those huge shelves would have toppled onto her and caused severe injuries. In fact, there was a child with her too. That bear child is already acting like that at such a young age. I'm afraid he would grow up to kill someone or something. He's too unruly now. Can't the school manage him a little? How can they manage him? If you manage a child, people would say that he's just a kid and that it's normal to be slightly naughty. The school can't chase people away for such a small matter, can they? Facing all the parents' and teachers' condemnations, Kane's mother was not remorseful at all. How strong can my son be? He only pushed her lightly. She herself wasn't stable and so, bumped into those shelves. Besides, they aren't injured. What are you people mumbling about? Trying to bully us mother and son, now, are you? As she spoke, the father in the bear suit who had left earlier returned. When he saw the crowd around his family, he immediately roared, "What are all of you doing? Husband, you're finally here. These people are bullying me and our son. That woman is holding on to a grudge because of something small. She fell by herself yet she blames it on our son. These people are all on her side." The mother in the bear suit turned the facts upside down, causing everyone to look at her in disgust. Father. Bear. I want the bear. I want. When Kane saw his father arrive, he became even more overbearing and immediately wanted to snatch the prize from Little Treasure and Luna. Luna instantly smacked the little boy's hand that had reached over to claw the bear. She had not used much force, but the boy started to cry at the top of his lungs as if he had been tortured by her. Kane's mother started to coax her baby boy and talked about going to the hospital. The child's father immediately took on a violent stance and said, "You witch! How dare you hit my son? Are you looking to die?" Everyone present was worried for Luna. The teacher had run to get the security guards. "Mother! I just want that bear." Kane continued to shout throughout, and it was so noisy that everyone's head was about to explode. "You can let my son have this bear and I'll forget about this," the woman said with an expression that indicated that she was at a disadvantage. All the parents on the sidelines were advising Luna kindly, "Forget it. How about you just give them the bear? You won't be able to fight your way out of this. Don't be at a disadvantage in the end." Luna looked at the parents gratefully, then looked at the child's father who was staring at her furiously. She said with a calm gaze, "You want this bear? Sure, let's fight. If you win, I'll give it to you." Chapter 7:11. Kane's father scoffed with a laugh. "What? A fight? You'd better reconsider, seeing how your husband has such a skinny build. He might not be able to even take a punch from me." Luna glowered at him. While Theo was the type who looked slimmer when clothed and muscular if he took off his clothes, he was nothing like this man in front of her who looked like a big lump of disgusting flesh. The child's mother went along as well. "Your husband sure is unlucky to marry someone without a brain like you. I think you guys should get a divorce as soon as possible." Luna looked at the time impatiently and said between gritted teeth, "Enough talking. Are we fighting or not? If not, Theo would be back soon." The child's father replied, "Of course. But can you make the decision for your man? What if he disagrees?" Luna raised her eyebrows in question. "Did I say that my man will be the one who'll fight you? Then, what about the fight? What are you playing at?" raged the man. Luna led Little Treasure to sit down nearby. "My dear, close your eyes and count to 100 before opening them again." Little Treasure was worried about his mother, but he trusted her and closed his eyes obediently. Luna kissed Little Treasure on his cheek, then she turned around and looked at the child's father defiantly. "I mean, I'm fighting you. You. Ha 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 ha." The man guffawed as if he had just heard the world's best joke. The parents and teachers around were confused as well. Is this lady crazy? Who knows? What is she trying to do? Where's the security? Why aren't they here yet? Things are getting out of hand. Luna had no time to lose, so she taunted, "Well, I've been trained in Kung Fu ever since I was a child, Mr. Sunday. Are you afraid of me? If so, then apologize to my son and get lost. Stop wasting my time." "Me? Afraid? Okay, everyone's witnessing this. I'm not bullying you, you're the one looking for trouble." The man was totally fired up and his ego was sky high. The onlookers looked at Luna as if she was mentally not right. Earlier, they were worried for her, but now, it seemed like she was not sane. Trained in Kung Fu since she was a child. With her cute looks, was it just some self-defense skills she had picked up? The man shrugged off his jacket and all his big muscles were flexing through his black tank top. "Everyone else, back off. I'll not be responsible if I accidentally injure anyone." Everyone quickly backed away at his warning. The man got into his fighting stance, then he kept on shuffling his feet. To everyone watching, he seemed experienced in boxing. "Please calm down, Madam Goldberg. You can't do this. Come back. What if you're hurt? How can I explain this to your husband? Mr. Joel, stop it, okay? We'll give you another big bear." The teacher tried to persuade the two adults and failed. Eventually, she put her effort into calling the security guards and contacting Theo. "Get her, father. Beat her up," yelled the child. "Ha!" roared the man, launching into his attack. Everyone's hearts lurched in their throats. Luna did not move. Only after the man headed towards her did she use her injured leg as her support and pivoted her other foot to attack like an arrow. Bam! No one saw what actually happened, but in the flash of an eye, the man's huge body lay sprawled out on the floor, a bloody tooth clattering a short distance away from him. Everyone was speechless. She had executed a one-hit KO move. The moment Luna had kicked the child's father, Theo received the teacher's call, so he quickly returned. Just in time to see his wife almost kill a man, even though she had promised to wait for him obediently. Chapter 7:12. Luna returned to Little Treasure and told him to open his eyes. It was true that her skills were not as good as they were before, to the point that she could not even defend herself against third senior sister's attacks, but it was still easy enough for her to handle someone without any real martial arts skills. She saw through his sloppy footwork and knew that his muscles were just for aesthetic purposes. From her knowledge, she also could guess that they were formed in a short period of time with the assistance of steroids. But the teachers and parents did not know all of these, so they were all shocked. Ah, Little Red Riding Hood is so cool. The Little Red Riding Hood defeated the bald man. Everyone closed their open jaws as they heard the children cheering. Oh my God. She's so powerful. Just one kick from her made him fly away. Didn't you hear that she has trained since her childhood? Of course, she'd be stronger than him. I thought she was just kidding. Who knew she'd be this good? I was wondering how strong this mister could be, but he turned out to be just a show. One kick from a woman and down he went. Ha ha ha, you're right. That was so pleasing to watch. I bet he'll be embarrassed to show up at the school again. Dear, are you alright? You damned woman, you dared to beat my hubby up. Kane's mother started to make a fuss. Oh, I'm just a weak little girl. How much strength could I have? We were just fooling around. Do you need to be this worked up? Luna acted innocent and purposely imitated her victimized tone. Don't you dare go away. I'm calling the police. I'm suing you for battery. Oh, what are you going to tell the police? That a little girl defeated your buff hubby with a kick? Do you think they'd believe you, or me? You. Looking at the pitiful state the man was in right now, the teachers were hiding their grins, but the parents totally lost any sense of coolness and they all gathered around Luna to ask her all sorts of questions. Madam Goldberg, you're really powerful. How did you become this good? Did you learn from the Shaolin Temple? You're really great. That was so satisfying. He totally deserved it. That's right. But we were all shocked just now and we were so worried for you. Wow, you're good. Is this how you make your husband obedient? Luna felt proud listening to all the praises being spouted out. She felt like she was some heroine who saved the people from evil forces. She did say earlier that she would beat the crap out of him. While she was enjoying her smug moment, she felt icicles piercing her from her back. She looked back at the entrance to see Theo's face as dark as the bottom of a burnt pot. That expression. She was doomed. He had definitely seen everything. Quickly, Luna gathered her skirts and went up to Theo. Dear, you're finally here, I'm really scared, he was bullying me. Everyone was speechless to see her actions. Where had their heroine gone to? Theo looked at the girl and narrowed his eyes. It's my fault. But I really did listen to you and I waited. I tried to hold back but he was asking for trouble, you can ask Little Treasure. Where did the obedient husband go? It seemed like the roles had been reversed. Little Treasure nodded in agreement to become his mother's witness. Theo stared at his son. He had promised to look after his mother, but now he was totally on her side. Theo realized he could not rely on his son anymore. Chapter 7:13. As they were on their way back, Luna was troubled by the large bear prize. Ugh, did the teachers think about how the winner would bring this back when they decided to use this as the prize? With such a large size, it was impossible to fit in the car. Not even the car boot could accommodate it. Theo had an idea. Let's tie it on the top of the car. The three of them sat in the car and were on their way back with a large bear tied on top of the car. In the car. Don't be so reckless anymore. You should let a man handle these situations, all right? Theo nagged. He was afraid that she might repeat her actions, but he did not want to be too harsh on her. He felt like this was even harder than educating his own son. I know that you'll be able to solve it. It's just that I'm worried that little Treasure will be bullied in school. You may be able to settle it this time, but not every single time, so what I did earlier was to give everyone a warning. Also, I helped everyone remove a threat. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Luna announced, full of herself. Theo looked at her through the rear-view mirror. You sure you're not just itching to fight? How's that possible? Luna shook her head, looking a little guilty. Recently, she was really bored as she could not go anywhere due to her injured leg. When such a good opportunity arose, she could not let it get away. Looking at how little Treasure was worried about the bear by continuously peeking outside, Luna laughed. Don't worry, we tied it tightly, so it won't fall off. Little Treasure did not want to take his outfit off yet, and neither did Luna and Theo. They wanted to let him be happy, at least for a little while more. Luna almost chuckled to see Theo drive in a wolf suit. Right, Theo, do you want little Treasure to learn some self-defense skills? No matter how much we want to protect him, we can't always be by his side. Luna told Theo about what she thought. Theo had actually thought about it a long time ago, but nothing happened since little Treasure was not cooperating at all. Are you teaching? Luna shook her head quickly. Of course not. At most, I can only teach him some healthy exercises. We'd need an actual professional if little Treasure wants to learn. But, I can't think of anyone. Theo thought about it and gave her a name. Cameron. Luna was surprised to hear this name again. Cameron. Too many things had happened lately and she almost forgot an important question to ask. How did second senior brother end up working for Theo? Since Cameron was working for him already, did Theo already know all about her? Theo nodded. Is he still working for you? I've been longing to ask, how did you convince him to work for you? That's amazing. Recalling what had happened, she was still surprised as she did not expect she would reunite with second senior brother under such circumstances. You can ask him when you see him. He's currently working under the Goldberg Corporation. Luna was shocked. What? He's in Goldberg Corporation? Then, what is he working as? Alex arranged it for him. He should be in the security department. It's hard to imagine. That wild second senior brother would work as a security guard. Chapter 7:14. However, hiring a master for little Treasure was not a small matter. She wanted to give it some more thought before deciding. Since second senior brother was in Imperial now, she could ask him out for a chat anytime. Aside from little Treasure's matter, she had so much more to ask. At the entrance of her apartment. As the 3 of them got down from the car, Luna saw a familiar face walking towards the apartment and she yelled, "Hey! Cleo!" Cleo was humming to himself and was about to enter. He stopped and turned around when he heard his name being called. Cleo's car keys fell on the floor and he quickly covered his eyes. Oh my God! What am I seeing? My eyes are going blind. A cute little Red Riding Hood was waving at him, along with 2 wolves beside her. Upon closer inspection, he saw that little Red Riding Hood was Xiao Shi, the small wolf was Little Treasure, and the big wolf was his brother. And there was a huge bear tied on top of the car behind them. What he saw was indescribable. Are you guys crazy? Cleo still could not believe his eyes, especially when he saw his brother with fluffy hair, long ears, and a long tail on his back. Luna took off her red hood and rolled her eyes. Stop overreacting. Little Treasure's school was having a masquerade party, all right? Huh. Party? Is this the parent-child event my brother mentioned? Even if it was a masquerade party, aren't you overdoing it? Can't you just draw some beard on your face? Luna threw him a look of disgust. What do you know? It's little Treasure's first parent-child event. How can I not put in any effort? Cleo looked at his brother with an incredulous expression. I'm impressed. You agreed to wear this? What if she went crazy and made you wear a maid's outfit? Luna's eyes shone as she began to imagine. The devil in a maid's outfit? Interesting. What's up with the huge bear? Luna patted his head. We were awarded with the most popular award. This is the prize. Cool, isn't it? Cleo cried, please stop acting lovey-dovey in front of me, you guys are cruel. Please, no more. You just happened to be here. Why are you here anyway? Luna asked. Cleo handed some documents to Theo and explained, I'm here for my brother. There are some documents that need his signature urgently. I knew that he'd be at your place, and since I couldn't reach him through the phone just now, here I am. Unable to reach through the phone? Must be because the teacher was crazily calling Theo just now. Theo opened his paws and signaled Cleo to give him a pen to sign. Cleo looked at the fluffy paws, and then at his brother's cute ears and tail. Without warning, he suddenly hugged him. Oh. You're so cute. There's no way my brother can be this cute. This is like a dream. Theo's expression darkened. He was planning to change the moment he reached home, but who'd have known that Cleo would be here? Chapter 7:15. Theo and Little Treasure went to change after they entered the apartment while Luna turned on her laptop to check for the latest update on the incident with Anthony. Anthony's latest post on Weibo was 3 hours ago, which was just a while after she had left the restaurant with Theo. He had announced organizing a press conference. How efficient. He was probably terrified of the devil. There were live feeds of the press conference online. It topped the headlines as the hottest topic going around. Luna clicked on the video to play it. Reporter, CEO Reed, is your Weibo posting true? Anthony, yes. Reporter, then, why did you clarify after that? Anthony, because I don't want to lie to my wife anymore, and I don't want to involve any innocent people. I'm really sorry for what I've done. I apologize to everyone. Of course, he dared not tell everyone that Theo had threatened him, so he found himself a more self-glorifying excuse. Unfortunately for him, this time, the public was not as forgiving. The number of shares of his Weibo post was rapidly rising and the comments section went crazy as well. Wow. What's going on now? Luna isn't the mistress? It's Celine now? So, Anthony framed Luna to protect Celine? How despicable. I'm so confused. The plot twist happened all too quickly. Luna is innocent. She was blamed for doing nothing. He's going to just give her an apology. That's it? Ridiculous. Stop that, I don't want to lie anymore, crap. He was probably forced to clarify after someone found out. This man is the worst. Goddess Vanessa must never forgive him again. Not that he deserved forgiveness the last time. I think Celine is the worst culprit here. She's probably the one who gave him the idea. I heard that she was always against Luna. How evil of her. I felt sorry for Luna. Just because she's pretty, she's always being labeled as people's mistress. Luna had a bitter smile on her face. Was this incident a blessing in disguise? People would not believe in any rumors about her that easily next time. At the same time, just below Luna, in Emma's apartment. Emma, save me, please save me. Celine could only plead repeatedly. On Emma's computer was the live feed of Anthony's press conference playing. Emma's face twitches with irate anger, she was close to exploding. How was this possible? How? Luna was on the verge of being destroyed. How did this happen? Celine, what have you done? Why is Anthony suddenly doing this? This doesn't make any sense. Emma demanded angrily. I don't know. I really don't know. I followed what you said. I sent Vanessa a message, then I just waited at home. I thought they would finally get a divorce, but I suddenly saw his post on Weibo. He betrayed me. Then, Stacy revealed the affair between us online. I tried to call him but I haven't been getting through. Chapter 7:16. Emma's lips curled downwards. Something must have happened when he went to meet Luna. Maybe Luna seduced him and made him do that. Emma replied impatiently, do you understand the impact of this matter? Anthony has lost all his pride and dignity by hosting this press conference. No matter how powerful Luna is, she could never have made Anthony do this. Then, why did he? Celine was lost like a little lamb. Could Vanessa have realized the truth and forced him to do so? Emma thought about the possibility of it. Although the logic of such a situation was weak, Emma could not think of anything else. Then, what should I do? Emma, you cannot leave me alone. I'm really done for. Emma felt disgusted with her and wanted to abandon her right away, but she was afraid that Celine might try to destroy her reputation in the aftermath. Since you're at this stage and you can't contact him, go straight to his house. Even if he doesn't care about you, his parents would not be so heartless. You're right. How could I not have thought of this? After all, I'm still bearing his child. His mother is crazy about wanting a grandchild. Celine's eyes were full of hope. In the evening, at the entrance of the Reed residence. Madam, you can't leave. Vanessa, what are you doing? Let's talk this out. My dear, please don't leave me, please. Forgive me once again, I'll do whatever you want. Vanessa looked at the man she once loved, and then at her mother-in-law whom she had been treating like her real mother. Mother, I'm not looking for trouble, I'm just really tired. I'm sorry, I've decided to divorce Anthony. Vanessa, are you only going to change your mind if I kneel down in front of you? Madam Elder Reed started to kneel. Vanessa quickly stopped her. Mother, stop. I can't take this. Madam Elder Reed slapped Anthony. Bastard, kneel down to Vanessa now. Anthony knelt down instantly, his head hanging low. My dear, if you don't forgive me, then I'll kneel here forever. I've realized my mistake now. I can't live without you. Vanessa. Please give Anthony another chance. If he makes a mistake again, I'll not let him get away with it. Although she knew that they were acting desperate for the benefit of the company and that they urgently needed help from the Vanessa's family, they had been married for so many years after all and she could not let him go. At that moment, Vanessa was struggling to decide. Mother, maybe after this incident, he would really change. He was the man she chose after all. Suddenly, a woman's voice called out from the back, Anthony. Vanessa turned around, her face draining of all color. Celine. Seeing how Vanessa was about to change her mind and Celine suddenly appearing, Anthony really wanted to kill his mistress. He went up to her angrily and raised his hand, trembling in anger. Who let you come here? Celine was not afraid at all as she stepped forward. Hit me. Hit me hard. Kill me along with the baby in my womb. I have nowhere to go now, I don't mind dying. I just feel sorry for my child. Our child, abandoned before it is even born. Abandoned by its own father. Chapter 7:17. Anthony glanced at Celine's belly and he paused. Madam Elder Reed went up to her and held Celine's hands in disbelief. What? She's your mistress? Anthony looked crushed and he slowly nodded sadly. Madam Elder Reed stared at Celine's swollen belly before she touched it. A pointy stomach, it must be a boy. Celine beamed proudly. Hi Auntie, I've been going to a private hospital for checkups and the doctor said it's a boy. Here's the report, look. It's a boy. Good. Madam Elder Reed looked at the report, her face instantly perking up. How far along are you now? About 4 months, Anthony replied. What do you mean about? It is. You don't even remember what you did? Vanessa, who had been sidelined, looked at the three of them silently, not knowing how to react. Madam Elder Reed finally remembered Vanessa was still there, so she went up to her and gently said, Vanessa, don't you worry. You're my only daughter-in-law. I would never acknowledge this woman. Celine almost wanted to kick up a fuss then and there, but she stopped herself. Madame Elder Reed looked really overjoyed about her baby. She did not believe for a second that they would just abandon her. Madame Elder Reed continued, but her baby is Anthony's child after all. Not having an heir is one of the worst things that could happen to a family. You've unable to bear a child for so many years. I'm really troubled as well, since I wouldn't know how to explain this to our ancestors after I die. I've got a possible solution. This child will be born. Afterwards, you'll take care of him. We could just give this woman some money as her reward for helping our Reed family. Vanessa stood there silently while holding her luggage. She was going to take care of the mistress's child. The mistress was helping the Reed family. Celine was thinking about the reward she might receive. Was it monetary? It would be best if she could enter the Hu family, but since the Reed needed the Vanessa, it was impossible for them to get a divorce now. Nevertheless, it would be great if she could get a hefty sum of money. However, the Reed family was on the brink of bankruptcy now. Were they able to afford the payout? Everything would be all right. Vanessa was rich. She was doing her a favor by giving birth to a child. Plus, since Vanessa was unable to bear a child, everything belonging to the Hus would eventually become her son's. Vanessa looked at Anthony rationally and asked, "Anthony, what do you think?" Seeing how calm she was, Anthony felt that she was ready to accept this solution. I agree with Mother's suggestion. Weren't you looking for a surrogate mother? Now, the problem's solved. I don't want you to go through the pain of giving birth, my dear. Celine piped up, although I will really miss my son and Anthony, I won't trouble Anthony. I will leave after I give birth. Vanessa nodded. Good. Anthony, Madame Elder Reed and Celine were relieved to hear her approval. Vanessa, so you're agreeing to this arrangement? The next moment, a white car stopped right in front of the Reed residence. A chauffeur opened the door and took Vanessa's luggage while greeting her jovially, "Miss." Vanessa handed her luggage over and got into the car without even looking back. Anthony was dumbfounded. "Dear, what are you doing?" Vanessa glanced at him and Celine serenely. "Both of you don't have to be so considerate of me. I'll grant you your wish. Chauffeur Jean, let's go." "Yes, miss." Chapter 7:18. Luna gave Stacy a call while scrolling through the comments online. Because she had to rush to the school earlier, she sent Stacy a text that she had settled the matter and that the information that Stacy had retrieved could now be published. "Hello, Stacy. Are you still busy? Did you see this press conference video already?" "I saw it. This matter should be all solved now, shouldn't it? Is there anything else?" "Yes, that's all." Stacy sounded hesitant to say something. "Luna, you..." She was intrigued to know what Luna did to make Anthony go out of his way to clarify to the public. "Don't fret, Stacy, I didn't do anything illegal or anything against my principles. I actually asked Cleo for help, but I'm not sure what he actually did." Luna conveniently dropped Cleo's name in the conversation. After all, he was made for these situations. Stacy had expected her to look for Cleo, but she was still a little worried. It was such a big scandal and the consequences to Anthony were severe. He could not have gone to such lengths even if Cleo himself handled this matter. Anthony had lost all his pride and his company's share prices were dropping drastically. During the press conference, Anthony's attitude was questionable. He repeatedly clarified that he had no ties with Luna and he kept on apologizing to Luna on screen. She wondered how had Cleo achieved all this. At that point, Stacy's previous concern rose again. She knew that Luna and Cleo had ties, but were they getting too close to each other? Cleo scouted many other people personally as well, but he had never treated them as well as he did to Luna. If both of them developed that kind of relationship. As Luna was still talking to Stacy, her body suddenly floated up and she was shocked. "Luna, what's happened?" Stacy asked. Luna glared angrily at Theo who had just lifted her up suddenly. "It's all right, I almost dropped my glass." Alright, then I'll continue my work. We'll talk more in detail when we meet in my office. Okay, goodbye, Stacy. Luna ended the call and snapped, Theo, what are you doing? Theo did not say anything. Instead, he held her in his arms and went straight towards the bed. Luna blinked at Theo. Big bad wolf, are you going to eat Little Red Riding Hood up? Theo glanced at her, then he put her on the bed and flipped her skirt up. Luna backed away and gasped, Hey! Theo, are you for real? This isn't good. Little treasure is here. Theo looked at the cute girl with the puffy skirt still on her and drawled, So, it's okay if little treasure isn't here? Ugh. She had fallen into her own trap again. Theo continued to tug at her skirt and Luna panicked. Ignoring her efforts to struggle, Theo had already flipped her skirt up, exposing her wound on her thigh which had opened up and blood was soaking through the bandage. Luna cried. She was done for. Chapter 7:18. Luna gave Stacy a call while scrolling through the comments online. Because she had to rush to the school earlier, she sent Stacy a text that she had settled the matter and that the information that Stacy had retrieved could now be published. Hello, Stacy. Are you still busy? Did you see this press conference video already? I saw it. This matter should be all solved now, shouldn't it? Is there anything else? Yes, that's all. Stacy sounded hesitant to say something. Luna, you. She was intrigued to know what Luna did to make Anthony go out of his way to clarify to the public. Don't fret, Stacy, I didn't do anything illegal or anything against my principles. I actually asked Cleo for help, but I'm not sure what he actually did. Luna conveniently dropped Cleo's name in the conversation. After all, he was made for these situations. Stacy had expected her to look for Cleo, but she was still a little worried. It was such a big scandal and the consequences to Anthony were severe. He could not have gone to such lengths even if Cleo himself handled this matter. Anthony had lost all his pride and his company's share prices were dropping drastically. During the press conference, Anthony's attitude was questionable. He repeatedly clarified that he had no ties with Luna and he kept on apologizing to Luna on screen. She wondered how had Cleo achieved all this. At that point, Stacy's previous concern rose again. She knew that Luna and Cleo had ties, but were they getting too close to each other? Cleo scouted many other people personally as well, but he had never treated them as well as he did to Luna. If both of them developed that kind of relationship. As Luna was still talking to Stacy, her body suddenly floated up and she was shocked. Luna, what's happened? Stacy asked. Luna glared angrily at Theo who had just lifted her up suddenly. It's alright, I almost dropped my glass. Alright, then I'll continue my work. We'll talk more in detail when we meet in my office. Okay, goodbye, Stacy. Luna ended the call and snapped, Theo, what are you doing? Theo did not say anything. Instead, he held her in his arms and went straight towards the bed. Luna blinked at Theo. Big bad wolf, are you going to eat Little Red Riding Hood up? Theo glanced at her, then he put her on the bed and flipped her skirt up. Luna backed away and gasped, Hey! Theo, are you for real? This isn't good. Little treasure is here. Theo looked at the cute girl with the puffy skirt still on her and drawled, So, it's okay if little treasure isn't here? Ugh. She had fallen into her own trap again. Theo continued to tug at her skirt and Luna panicked. Ignoring her efforts to struggle, Theo had already flipped her skirt up, exposing her wound on her thigh which had opened up and blood was soaking through the bandage. Luna cried. She was done for. Chapter 7:19. Damn it. How did he find out about her wound? She had only used one leg to kick. Could he have X-ray vision? What a big mistake. She should have sought medical attention for her wound when she came back. Now, she had such an obvious telltale on her. Why is the wound bleeding? I didn't realize at all. I've been really careful today. I only used one leg to attack that guy. Could it have happened when I slipped on the snow? Luna decided to fake her innocence. However, when she saw Theo's skepticism, it was apparent that he knew everything already. She gave up struggling and said in a small voice, "It's my fault." Theo looked at her blood-soaked bandage and frowned. "Where's your first aid kit?" Luna mumbled, "In the cupboard." Theo went to get the kit. He carefully removed her bandage and as expected, her wound had opened up. Although she had only used a leg when she fought, it did not mean that her other leg was not using any strength. On the contrary, the more force the attacking leg used, the supporting leg would contract even more. Under the circumstances, it was no surprise that her wound opened up. Theo thought she was all right as she was acting cheerful in front of everyone and the circumstances prohibited him from checking under her skirt, so he could only wait. When he checked, the wound had really opened up. Luna was putting her hands on her skirt to avoid an upskirt accident. She wore white knee-length socks with pretty lace around it. With her fair skin and the red blood, she emitted a strange, perverse kind of seduction. Ah! The moment the ointment applied on her wound, Luna felt it sting but she did not say anything. She was too afraid to speak. Theo did not say anything, but his gesture became gentler. His fingers would sometimes brush against her skin and his back straightened rigidly. After he applied the ointment, Theo let out a sigh of relief as he took some new bandages to tie. He commanded, "Lift your leg up." "Oh." Luna cooperated obediently and lifted her leg. Theo carefully wrapped her wound up, looking as cold as ice during the whole process. Luna was a little anxious and she said quietly, "Boss, what are you thinking? Talk to me." Theo glanced at her as he was putting the first aid kit away. "I was thinking about breaking your other leg as well. Maybe you'd heal faster that way." She would finally stop since she would not be able to move. With one leg, she could still hop everywhere. Luna was so shocked that tears welled up in her eyes. "I think your idea is bad, you're too cruel." As expected from the devil. After he was done with her wound, Little Treasure came over and Luna lifted him up. "Little Bun. Your father scolded me." Little Treasure looked at Theo with a serious expression. "She hurt herself when she fought today." Little Treasure turned to Luna with a serious look on his face. "Fine, it's my fault." Little Treasure looked down, feeling like he was also at fault. He realized that there would be times he should not listen to Mother. Theo looked at his son, guessing that Little Treasure was reflecting on himself. It was remarkable. Chapter 720. It was snowing, the best kind of day to have steamboat. Sadly, she was wounded and spicy food was on the no-no list, so they decided on making a clear soup base. From washing the vegetables to preparing the soup, Theo handled everything while Luna just sat there quietly. Theo noticed her obedient behavior. "I will not do it again" was written all over her face, but he was not going to be easily fooled again. She always sounded genuine when she apologized, but, every single time, she would just repeat it again. "Right, Little Treasure, do you want Mother to find a master to teach you how to fight, I mean Kung Fu?" Luna asked for Little Treasure's opinion while they were eating. Little Treasure tilted his head to the side. "Kung Fu? That's right. If someone bullies you, you can protect yourself. And you can protect me too," Luna explained. Little Treasure nodded. "Great." Luna patted Little Treasure's head. "But it'll be tough and tiring. Promise me you'll not give up halfway." Little Treasure nodded again with a determined face. He was not afraid of tough training. After getting Little Treasure's permission, Luna looked at Theo. "So, I'll talk to Cameron when I'm free, alright?" "Okay." It was decided. Little Treasure grew bigger during the time he was with her. Otherwise, she would not let him learn Kung Fu. For Little Treasure's sake, she had to do this. However reluctant she was, Luna had to let Theo bring Little Treasure home after dinner. She was getting busier lately and she had to go to work early in the morning, so it would be inconvenient for Little Treasure to stay with her. Fortunately, it was easy for her to see Little Treasure nowadays. Luna sighed in relief when the both of them entered the car. Finally, the big bad wolf was leaving and she managed to avoid a calamity. As she was about to celebrate, the driver's door suddenly opened again and Theo walked towards her. Boss, did you forget something? Theo nodded. He swiftly grabbed her by her hips and kissed her. Stop. She felt pleasure and pain on her lips at the same time. Reacting, she covered her mouth and pulled away. Why did you bite me? Theo pointed his fingertips at her lower lip. This is your punishment. Luna was speechless. The calamity eventually happened anyway. Luna squinted her eyes as she pulled Theo closer by his neck and kissed him, surprising him immensely. She murmured, if this is the punishment, are you trying to make me do it again? Theo felt heat enveloping his body and he grabbed Luna even harder, growling, don't tempt me. Luna backed away, acting innocently as if she had not done anything to tempt him. I'm just kidding. I won't do it again. Go now. Little treasure is waiting. Luna, get well soon, Theo told her before leaving. Luna watched the black car leave and thought about the devil's words. She felt like something was wrong. As if she would get eaten up once she healed.